Hey guys, today I'm taking you with me to a very exciting barrel race. It is a local jackpot and it is the first of its kind here, so we are all very excited. It is a high roller, high stakes race, meaning the entry fees are high, so the payout is great if you hit right. It is a ton of money, so we're really excited to have something of this caliber locally, so thank you to all the producers that made it happen. Today we are taking Kite and Chester to go, so the 23-year-old pony and my 9-year-old pony are both going to get to run. Chester is running in the high roller stakes I just mentioned, but there's an open after, and that is where Kite is going to go run, so you can go have some fun. It's like a few minutes from the barn, not a big haul, so I'm very excited to take you with me. Let's go to the barn and get the horses ready to load up. When I haul my horses, they always wear fly masks just to protect their eyes from anything flying around in the trailer. So I am putting on Kite's first because Kite is loading up in the trailer first today, and this is actually the first time we've taken two horses in this trailer, so that is something new for us. Kite usually will pull me all around the ramp trying to go off and find something to eat, typically grass, but he only did it once today. I was super proud. So after he jerked my shoulder out of place, he loaded up perfectly, and there was a little bit of alfalfa from the last haul that was down in the manger that he was snacking on. So while he had his little snack, I went and got Chester because Chester was loading up next. He already had his fly mask on, and we gave him a little bit of liquid omeprazole preventatively just in case anything were to stress him out. His stomach would be coated, and he loaded up gorgeous like he always does. Of course, I stalked them on the camera on the way there to see what they were up to. When we get there and get parked, I get the ramp down and start backing Chester off the trailer so I can tie him up. When I tie my horses up at shows, I put all of these windows up that drop down just in case they want to stick their heads under them or do anything they shouldn't. It'll just keep them from hurting themselves. So if they decide to break their neck under a window, I do not give them that option. I go ahead and put them all up, and of course, before we leave, I'll take them all back down when they're back in the trailer. Now that they are both unloaded, I spray them both really good with some fly spray. This is going to be about 2 hours before I get on, so I don't really spray the fly spray where any tack goes before it gets the chance to dry, so I wouldn't spray them and then immediately tack them up, but they do have some time before I hop on, so their full body gets sprayed. The flies are absolutely terrible here. It is so bad. Alright, now that they're ready and we are at the race, I'm going to get them situated and we're going to go watch a little bit because we are later in the draw, and the first horse up is Chester. Okay, so Chester had been off for 2 weeks. He had a little kind of hock injury. We have no idea when or how it happened. He was never lame on it, but I gave him completely 2 weeks off, cold hosed him twice a day, sweat his leg every day for about a week, did everything I was supposed to, made sure I did not skip a day no matter what. So he was very taken care of, and he got cleared by the vet to go. So this is his first run back. To start my tacking up routine, I'm going to groom him really good, brushing everywhere the saddle goes, getting all that dirt and just dust and whatever else he might have on him. When I decide he's clean enough, I get my saddle pad on and then throw on my saddle. I ride him in a Master lightweight saddle, and if you are interested in one after you watch this video or you want to go see it in my other videos, feel free to do so. But if you order one, you can tell them that Sadie sent you for a little bit of money off. Super, super exciting. I do really love this saddle. So once I have it situated where I want it, I slap myself in the face with the Latigo. Of course, who doesn't do that? So once the cinches are done loosely, I'm going to move on to the breast collar, and I am riding in a Master saddle breast collar. It looks so good. Almost exactly matches his color, which I think is super cute. I love the white buck stitch. It's definitely a look I love. I need to get a proper tie down hobble so I can get rid of that gross green hay string, but it works, okay? Now that his tack is all on, I'm going to pick his hoofs, getting everything out of there, making sure there's no rocks or anything uncomfortable in there, really getting a good look at his feet before I hop on. When I'm done with his feet, I go ahead and switch to my running boots because I always forget to until right when I get on, and then I have to run to the trailer and it's this whole thing. So I'm going to go ahead and avoid that today, and then I put on his designer Hot Head Stalls sports boots. I thought the all brown look would look good on him today, and he is quite the wild child, so I do warm him up in the front boots and bell boots, and then right before we run, because it is so hot and naturally sports boots are really hot for their tendons, I will throw on the back boots right before we go, and then I put on my black Troxel helmet, completing my all black look for today. Don't know why I went all black because it is 2 million trillion degrees here. Don't look that up. I swear that is the temperature. So after I get all of that done, I hop on to go warm up. I walk him for a long time, getting him loosened up, and then I will trot, and I like a nice slow collected trot on him, getting him listening to my hands and just having him be really nice and soft. He is a wild child, like I mentioned, but today he actually warmed up really good for me. He was really nice. I was very happy with that, especially after 2 weeks off. I didn't really 100% know what to expect from him, but I was really happy with this. You saw him try to trot there a little bit, but then he just went back to a nice little walk. So I trot both ways, really getting him warm, and then I will lope both ways. Always want to make sure my horses are properly warmed up before I run them. The dirt was a little deep. I'm not going to blame my barrels on the deep dirt. That was probably a group effort, mostly me, because he had been off for 2 weeks. Sadie had been off for 2 weeks. So I'm not going to blame the barrels on that, but he did get kind of hung up, and the dirt was not... And the dirt was not my favorite, but it happens. It's part of the game. You're going to have bad dirt. Womp womp. Like, I can't really change that. So there are a lot of things I'm going to work on before our next run to help my barrels. I really was not helping him how I should have been, and I think he also kind of remembered he had not run since I guess he had been sore. We're not really sure, like I said, when that happened or started. So I think he was a little worried at the second barrel that it was going to hurt for him to turn, so he blew it instead. He is cleared. He had a full lameness exam. I promise he's fine. So that is his run. I'm going to take him, spray him off, ice vibe his legs, and get him a snack, and then it is Kite's turn to go make a run. He did not want to go into the wash rack for some reason. It was nice and scary, so we sprayed him off in the parking lot. And so we sprayed his whole body off, and like I mentioned, his left hock was the hock that was having a little issue. So I just went ahead and cold hosed it, and when we got back to the trailer, he got a nice big drink. And I got these bucket holder things to make sure he does not scratch the trailer when he throws his bucket all around. Between horses, I went and got a nice blue raspberry snow cone and then started grooming. Kite, I do the same thing, really making sure all that dirt and dust is off of him before I throw my tack on. I have been really loving riding in my lightweight saddle on him because he is older, and I think it just really provides some relief for him, and his back, I think it is great for him. So I've been loving running in it, and he has been running so good for me. Today he's going to be all matchy in the teal serape from Hothead Stalls. So he's wearing this 2-inch wide custom breast collar in this pattern. It looks so good against him, and I think he really rocks the blue. So he's going to have this breast collar on and then some matching sports boots. But for right now, I only put on the bell boots for him because I will warm up just in the bell boots, and then I will move and put the sports boots on right before we run. I throw on my blue helmet to match. We're going all blue, okay? And it looks so good. I take him to go warm up, and I walk a long time on him, a lot longer than I do on Chester, really getting that fluid warm, mostly because he's older and because he'll do it. So we walk big laps around this whole big outdoor arena, seeing everything. And once he's walked enough, I will trot and lope both ways. Okay, so Kite had his run. You should go watch my last vlog to see his last run here. It was a 17.1, I believe, and this time we shaved it down to a 16.9. They watered the dirt before the open, and I think it really helped it. It was a lot better than it was for the high roller, and I was still so shocked at this time. He did so good. He was 23 years young, so he is getting up there. I really do need to shorten my reins. I totally meant to before this run. That's why you see that bobble at the second barrel. the delay in contact there was why. Reins are too long, gonna shorten him up for his next run, but for now he gets a nice break because he just gave me 2 awesome runs back to back. Now that they're both done, I'm gonna get everything back in the tack room, get their hay bags ready for on the way home, and just make sure I do not leave anything or run anything over when we leave, and I'll meet you back at the barn. As soon as I was done running, I hopped right off and got those boots off. That's why they're already on the saddle. Here I'm hanging up his water, and then I start untacking him, getting that breast collar off first. I always like to take the breast collar off first and put it on last after the cinches, because if you have the breast collar done but not the cinches, they can shake and the saddle can slide under them and it'd be a whole thing. So I only ever have the breast collar completely on if the cinches are tightened. While I'm putting everything up, he gets to go for a nice graze, getting lots of grass and to walk around. I love having the saddle pad rack on the new trailer because even though I always store my saddle pad above my saddles, you can tell it's dirty. I just washed it. I promise it'll be clean for the next barrel race. Anyway, I love having this rack because while they're sweaty, they can dry really well this way, even better than they can just put on top of a saddle. And I just kind of leave everything on the saddle when I put it up. I'll get back to that after I get back to riding at home. I hang up all the breast collars. You can see I took some down because I was deciding between what I was gonna wear, and then I will roll the boots back up. These have had time to dry after being on Chester, so I roll them up and put them back in this nice little boot bag. Once I have all the sports boots rolled and put back in the nice little boot bag, I will roll up the Ice 5 boots and put them in there as well, and then move on to getting the bits up and the helmets. Here's a little video of Chester chilling and looking gorgeous in his fan, making sure he is good and cool, but he gets to go graze too in just a second. Here's another look at Kite living his best life out there grazing.
Good luck, Sadie! We love you, Sadie!
They said they wanted to be famous, so they are in this YouTube video. I make the horses their alfalfa bags so they can snack on the way home, and here is Kite getting a treat because he just did so good, and I went over and gave Chester a treat too. I give them these Outlast treats. I really liked them, so I hung up the hay bag that Kite is gonna get, and then this one we are filling for Chester. Like I said, Chester was also going to graze too, so he is grazing while I get the trailer ready for Kite. So I'm opening the door and getting ready to load him up. Once Kite is happy snacking, I shut that panel on him and bring Chester's hay bag in here. I really like this bag for the trailer. I need to get another one or two. Here Chester is loading up perfectly. Of course, he knows he had some snacks in there to get started on, and you can see us start to drop all of those windows to make sure the airflow is as good as possible for them. After they run, we love to give them electrolytes. So here I am backing Chester up off the trailer and he gets a tube of electrolytes, and Kite has some powder on his dinner. Alright, as you just saw, we unloaded the boys. Chester got some electrolytes, and now I'm going to take Kite in to spray him off. I want to get that sweat off of him and cold hose his legs before he goes and eats his dinner.
Side eye.
You can tell he just absolutely loved this whole experience. I have the fan on him, letting him dry. Overall, I am happy with how this race went with both of them. They both had clean runs. That's always noteworthy there, and I see everything I need to work on for our next race. Thank you so much for coming to this barrel race with me. As always, I love bringing you along, and you better be getting ready for this summer because you're going to be going to a lot of them with me. And before you go, I have these 9 original, unique Polaroids signed by me, taken by me. There is not a duplicate of any of these in the whole world for sale. You can find them in the comments. They're just $10, and they are completely unique. There's some of Chester that he has his name on, and some of the 2 of us. All of them are signed or have some writing on them. All will come with a unique individual note just for you, so make sure you go check them out. There are only 9 in the whole world, so make sure if you want one, you grab them because they might go pretty quick. And I will also be posting them on TikTok. All of these completely unique. Took them myself. You're not going to find another one in the world, so be sure to go check that out. Go watch this video if you're interested in watching a little bit more. I hope you are, and I'll see you next time. Bye!